Hello everyone, Joe Lovery here from Below Par. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today's video then, I just wanted to go through something I did with one of my previous lessons. He was hitting pulls, he was hitting slices, and then sometimes hitting the odd pull hook as well. So if you're somebody sat there at home now and you're thinking, actually, yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't quite know where to aim at the moment off the tee. I find I have a ball that starts left and goes way too far right, and then sometimes it's a straight one, but it goes straight left. And then other times then I've hit a shot and actually it started left and gone further left, and I'm really struggling now to get off the tee or hitting into a green, because it's not like when you're hitting those three shots you can choose a spot to aim at and just let it feed in. And I kind of wanted to explain to you where that came from. So what we're going to do today, we're going to run through a little bit of theory, give you a bit of an idea as to why those things would happen, and then what I did in today's lesson and how I helped fix that. So basically it's as if you guys were there in the lesson today. I had somebody for a lesson a little bit earlier on who was struggling with a big sort of slice in his locker, but was saying also, not just was this ball sometimes slicing, but it was also sometimes going straight left or even hitting a bit of a pull hook. So that's when the ball starts left and goes further left. Now you imagine those shots on a golf course, really, really hard to play with. How do you adjust for a shot that wants to go left to right, then wants to go straight left, and then wants to curve further left? It's going to make it really difficult for you. And when we started to get it on video and break it down, it became really obvious what the issue was. So if we come over to the alignment stick here, now this alignment stick is currently aiming up towards the blue flag on the hill. The golf swing, yes, it's on an angle. It's on an angle around the body. Yes, it doesn't always travel in a straight line. It moves around us and it moves up and down. But at the point of impact, the club you want to be travelling relatively straight towards the target. I sort of coach anything inside 3 degrees is pretty good. Anything outside 3 degrees then starts to make it quite hard to manage. So if we think about what was the issue, what was causing these things? Well, if we go off first off the idea of a straight shot, it's one of the easiest ways to diagnose your swing path. Where does your straight shot go? So if you have a straight shot that goes out to the right, well, we know then the swing is heading out to the right with a club face that's square, and that's your straight shot. You're most likely going to be a drawer of the ball. You're going to find that you're going to hit potentially some snap hooks when you don't do it very well, some hooks. You're going to hit some pushes, but then also you're going to hit those nice draws as we were saying earlier. So for him then, we were seeing that his swing path was left because his straight shot was to the left. So rather than swinging through the ball and through this sort of middle section or impact section, the club heading towards the target, just through this stage here, the club was actually wanting to head across the ball. Now that then starts to give you an idea of the slice move, and many would describe it as over the top. But what was really interesting is he wasn't coming over the top. So I know many of you now will be thinking, well, how on earth could he possibly create that left path, swinging the club to the left but not be over the top? Now the way he did it is actually his backswing went out and away this way. He didn't actually have any manipulation from that position, so he set up behind the ball and his club swung this way. Well, if I just match that stick in where that's going, what direction am I now swinging that golf club? It's to the left. So what we started to have to do then is we had to start adjusting the swing to match in with the direction of the target. So this is now the heart of it. So what we did first off is gave him an idea of what it feels like to swing again with the hands moving a bit more around the body. So what I mean by that is rather than the hands traveling out to the right here, we wanted to feel the hands moving around the body a bit again, turning the chest, getting some rotation. Now we did that by putting some obstacles out. So we had an alignment stick set behind the ball and at an angle. And what I said to him is, I want the club to come through and under the alignment stick. Now if I take that out and away where he was, you can see I'm going to hit that alignment stick. But actually if I start to encourage some rotation coming under the alignment stick, suddenly the club now is already pointing towards the target rather than pointing to the left. So we started to change that, started to get him able to swing the backswing more towards the target. Now this is where we started to see the over the top move that was originally there. So what happened was he's trying to go this way to create the loop. When I pointed out, yeah, no, I'm trying to do that. And I said, well, why? Okay, I'm trying to get the club to come this way. But what he was doing though is where he was so used to coming over the top before, is he was now swinging out and then down the cross again. So what we had to do was change that. So then we started using the stick again for the whole swing. So what I did now with the stick in that position, got him to swing up to the top of the backswing, see how the club is going more around me. And from there, feeling on the way down like it returned in the same spot. Now, something that people that swing the club over the top will do often is their shoulders are too active in the golf swing. So what you're going to see there is they'll swing up to the top, and from the top here, the shoulders become very active and brings the club in front of the body. And what we said is, well, actually, we want the shoulders to be there a lot later. We don't want the shoulders to make the first move from the top of the backswing. We want them to happen much later in the swing. So what we started to do is feel like the arms are moving down under this stick. So when we swing to the top, I said, well, look how much room we now have this side. Use that room. So we started getting the club feeling like it's over here. The arms just came down again. Now, when we got to here, the reality was we were forcing the arms down and rotating at the same time. And you can see now I'm way under that stick. So what we obviously had to do then was start to piece that together into a move. So again, you know, I've had somebody that's hitting it left, you know, saying with a driver, I just don't know where to aim, Joe, because sometimes it fades, sometimes I just snap hook it and it's left and further left, pull hook it, dropping down the clubs he's hitting off a tee to like a 6-iron. Well, that's not much fun for anybody playing golf with a 6-iron. So what we did, just used this drill, got him to hit a few shots, started really nice and slow, feeling the club moving around him, feeling the first move down and then chipping through. And already that started to adjust his swing path, so he's swinging more towards the target. That made such a difference already to his swing. Now I explained to him that there's going to obviously be an adjustment phase where he's going to do some different things, and yes, the strike's probably going to go. It's one of the first things that goes when you make any sort of big changes. But after a while he starts to feel more comfortable. And certainly one of the things we noticed immediately in the session, so much less curvature. So much so, actually towards the end he actually hit a draw. And that means the club path came a little bit from the inside, talking 1 or 2 degrees out to the right, with a club face then that's a little bit close to the club path, but slightly open to the target. So then he hit a really nice draw. But again, it all came down from that move. All came down, and originally the whole swing, the whole fault, and what I describe it as is fixing a fault with a fault. The whole fault originally was an over-the-top move. And then to compensate for the over-the-top move, what he's then done is feel, okay, well, if I come this way, it surely means I come this way. And that's not always the case. That's not always what happens. So yeah, so we've done some good work. So obviously, if you are struggling with a slice or big pulls or pull hooks, this is something then that you can consider. Something actually that might make a difference. Just check, where is that club on the backswing? Now, I like to see the club on the backswing personally, roughly in line with the hands or just outside. Don't like seeing the club round here too much. I think there's a lot of manipulation needed then to hit it well, but actually getting the club roughly in line with the hands here just means you get you in a really nice position, quite a neutral position, butt end of the club then pointing at the target. But as I say, I would give this drill a try. If you're struggling with that, or you feel that if you videoed yourself and you find your hands are coming up and away, losing connection with the body, that then is a really good drill for you to try with the stick there. So guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. Obviously a slightly different format to normal, obviously running over kind of what I did in a lesson, which I don't tend to do a huge amount of, but if you guys enjoyed today's content and enjoyed that sort of video, then please let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and if you could hit that bell icon just to make sure you stay up to date with all my latest releases. If you haven't already, also check in the description. I've got the links for my Instagram page and below part Instagram page as well, so do make sure to check this out. But guys, thank you very much for watching. See you all very soon.